Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your magical moon message. This is the Peace Dealer. Moon in the Leo, Sun in Libra, 11th house aspect. Yeah, we're bringing it home. We're clearing the field. This is after the 10th house. So the 10th house is accolades, completion. If you think about the analogy of a harvest cycle, right? You're taking the completion of harvesting your crops. And so relative to that, okay, this puts you in a position where you see the culmination, right? If the 10th house is your high score that you played in the video game, the results of your score in a game, then that's going to be all the bundles of wheat you have reaped before the 11th house, which we're now, where you now divvy up the rewards from your career. If you think about it like a paycheck, you have gross income and then you have net income. So the government runs your pockets and takes out of your gross income from the 11th house, and then you take the net income into your second house. So as we clear this field with this zodiac sign of the artist, woo, this is helping you understand the golden quality and the courage and the passion and the excitement that goes into this golden understanding of what social actions you're taking. I'm great, man. As well as what you're in a position to do to understand the right influences in your corner. It's a great period to see, who your golden friends are, your true friends are. Not because they enable whatever it is you want in echo chamber like fashion, but because they just remind you or continue to help align you to your true self, your truest self. Okay? Amidst the deceptive projections of people's passive aggressive attempts to draw you down to their negativity, because that's really all they have, a transit like this reminds you of all the work you've done, despite others' attempts to undermine it. As you understand, that's really all they have. If you take their attempt away to do that, what else do they have in the lies they live? That's why you see these figures out here getting crucified or getting demonized or being attacked for championing their thoughts, controversial or not. It keys you into the intent people have, given how they react to certain things more than others, but it just doesn't add up, okay? Regardless of whatever context you apply that to, as we close out this Libra cycle, the square that the moon makes to Uranus and the opposition it makes to Saturn, oh, that's cute, strengthens considerably the opposing forces that integrate more uniqueness in your expression socially, and how much more to break free of collective narratives that have little to nothing to do with you. It's like this is the part of the transit where someone tries to make a point in order to demonize someone, but no one in reality actually believes that, even though they give the impression that everyone actually does. And real instances will prove that, given the loud narratives in the room, in reality, no one really actually follows that for real. In fact, the silent majority actually give in to the unpopular opinions and perspectives. And this is where the authenticity with the Leo moon breaks you through any peer pressure to be someone you're not, or to act in a way you don't act, and break through because of that. This is going to lead into the balsamic phase coming out of Virgo moon into Libra moon, which will clear the field and prepare you for the most controversial eclipse of a lifetime. The last time we had this eclipse energy was fucking Astro World last year. So get ready for the next one. And this is going to be way more intense, okay? The other bases that I want to cover is that with the moon that started this transit off, trining Jupiter and Aries, you're also gaining an understanding of how much stronger you are in expressing evolved natures of your character in ways you've beta tested and sneak peeked. The greater power and authority that comes in with expressing more powerful elements of yourself. So that's a lot to look forward to. But once again, because the moon's going to be inhibited with the Saturn and Aquarius opposition and the square to the nodes, you don't necessarily want to spread yourself thin trying to prove yourself or make people feel better who aren't even really invested in you, but more so invested in how you fit in their narrative. Whoop out your metaphorical dick and just whomp it all over people's fake narratives all day today and tomorrow. And you'll see that this awashes great change through the balsamic phase of the moon. It's very important to take a very satirical and disrespectful attitude towards this enforcement of such narratives, in that it's also going to reveal a much more ulterior motive from individuals who like to hide behind rhetoric and hide behind good ideals, but just use that to purport more deception and project more falsities. It's an avid reminder, that's crazy. It's an avid reminder that no matter what the pressure looks like on the surface, things are not at all as they seem. And all of this is just pressure to scare you. Even though you may see this happening to people unrelated to you, it's actually indirect pressure to scare you, using these people as an example to not really speak your mind, to not really tell the truth, okay? So the good thing about this is now gearing up the rocket fuel for this breakthrough before we go into Scorpio season. And open yourself up to criticism from others, because it's going to reveal to you how much other people don't know versus what other people do know, and how this is going to build courage. That square and opposition to the moon will differentiate those of you who run from conflict versus those of you who go towards it. Some of you will feel into this friction, and if you lean into it and bare your soul authentically with and in these social dynamics, whereas most people will run from it, it will strengthen you, because you will see where you stand in that room of differing opinions. If you run from the conflict and you try and fit in, or you're inauthentic, it will actually backfire on you, because you're not strengthening your own voice, you're weakening your own voice to basically accommodate towards others. And this will have you pick in. Now let's take this to a psychic level. This will have you tap in and kick into the collective vibrations around you that may subliminally or indirectly purport certain narratives, or may try and guilt or shame manipulate you to where you're standing up to that only strengthens you. Remember, a lot of these narratives are driven by deception. So the whole peer pressure element to give you the impression that there's anything at stake when there's no leverage these people have over you. They literally have to create it. Okay, the psychic air, or the indirect or direct energy or vibe in the air as a response to your presence in intimidation to or from it, embrace that, because these tactics that are meant to inhibit you are going to backfire, and this is going to make you stronger. The 11th house portion of this to Libra is you bringing this out more, just like I'm out here socially in the community talking about this, whether I'm getting weird looks or not. It's the motherfucking peace dealer. Okay, you can get your chart read right now. Anybody can get it. It is what it is. We ain't ever scared. So this is more of what you're championing. This is more of what you're expressing out there. This is more of what you're giving in whatever context you're giving it to. This is more of what you're able to break through in, once again, not only your expression, but the courage it takes, as you are the color in this world full of black and white NPCs. And I say NPCs more as a joke. You don't have to live in some solipsistic nightmare, but it's very important to plug in the expression of your classic character through these dynamics, while wading through people who take things more seriously than they should as a tactic to manipulate what you can or can't say. Whip your dick out, metaphorically or literally, and smack those people in the face with it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this magic moon message. The rest of this moon message is to now, relative to the synchronicities that you see in order to facilitate this greater conscious growth, geared towards the full breakthrough and stepping in of your super self. So now that you've accepted elements of your superpowers, the Leo moon is going to charge more solar strength and energy to activate receptivity of stronger courage to express higher dynamics of newly expressed and fleshed out abilities. So this is where you're carrying forth the cosmic knowledge of this true power to understand more the swagger and the confidence that goes in to fully feeling the exuberant charge of how courageously and passionately you can feel into this. It's going to be hard to put into words, but there's an intuitive understanding with the Yod and Quincunx, with Uranus and Neptune, that will just have you be in the right place at the right time and situate the right feeling, or the golden feeling, to definitely kick into gear this breakthrough of balance, because we are in the square series. So this is the period and week where outside influences trigger a breakthrough in awakening your anime powers. Pluto adds this life or death quality with Venus that's going to break through a major change in your relationships. So if any of you have suddenly entered or exited partnerships, it's really more the Pluto square as an outside catalyst and influence to activate power within you relative to how you respond to this aspect. You know what I'm saying? Those of you who are Capricorn or Libra, you may embody this conflict, versus others of you who will deal with those energies. So don't be afraid of the square. This is just more so a boss battle for how you kind of, respond to it. The reality isn't going to be as bad as it looks. So don't let fear take you over. This catalyst over the next couple of days, especially with this moon in Leo, will really charge a lot of the breakthrough, while Jupiter is at the 30th degree of Aries, 0 degrees, 30th degree of Pisces, 0 degrees Aries, full on shift into more than ever understanding the synchronicities around activating and utilizing your abilities. So with this exact square to the Sun and Pluto, you're going to come into amazing breakthrough, and the 11th house will have you feel into the rewards of your gifts. Before we have the moon in Sagittarius, Sun in Scorpio, manifestation of these gifts post eclipse, where we're going to see with the square of the moon to Jupiter how these ascended abilities literally change how we perceive reality with them. So this is a great day to break through unique expressions of your superpowers with the moon square Uranus, to integrate a unique aspect of your own body and how to actually feel it out socially. Okay? This is going to be unique to you. We've been breaking through the past 2 weeks, so this is concluding that breakthrough process. I hope you enjoy this golden level of balance. And now, what this is going to begin to do is give you the direction in which to take, almost like a leap of faith, intuitive actions you will be gaining over the next 24 hours. Take that leap of faith and move forward and utilize your abilities to shoot your shot. Step forward and make plans in relationships. Make certain plans or projects move forward with yourself, and prepare for this balsamic phase, which will lead to the eclipse, which will bring us en route to the end of the fucking world as we kick off this apocalypse revolution into the new heaven and new earth with a new age of eternal beings breaking out of this deception. Y'all stay blessed as always. Godspeed.